Hey guys, this is Angel bringing you another video. This one here is gonna be on the different type of plants that I'm growing all over the yard during the fall and winter season. This what you see in front of you is my rainbow carrots. I was just starting to harvest some of them, and I wanted to show it to you guys. I got more plants planted in the backyard, and I'm gonna bring you along on this tour so you can see the type of plants that I'm growing. Most of them are cold hardy plants, like the carrots. Got lots of these carrots all over the place, and I wanted to share with you guys since I have not been posting any videos lately. Anyways, this is the raised bed where I have all my carrots. This raised bed, I started it I think about 2 months ago. Probably almost 3 months ago. And I've been harvesting lots of them. Lots of rainbow carrots, as the ones you see in front of you here. Some of them are white, some of them are purple. Purple carrots are my favorite, by the way. And on this raised bed, I have some kale planted. This one right here, I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's I think it's a premier kale. This one right here is the dinosaur kale. I really encourage desert gardeners to grow the any type of kale variety up here in the desert. It's super easy. This one right here is the red Russian kale. Red Russian kale is my favorite, especially if you grow it around this time of the year, because they tend to be a lot juicier and sweeter. I have not had any pest problems, any not whatsoever, and I'm quite excited about that. That was not the case last year. A lot of my kale got ruined. Lots of aphids built on the back of the leaves, so I couldn't really eat them. But this year has been an exception. I'm quite happy about that. Once again, another raised bed full of different type of kales, and also some white Swiss chard to the right. Very happy. All of these raised beds are new. They've been on the ground for, I think, about, this is going to be the first year for this one and this one. And it has been a success. Some of them is where I had my hot peppers planted, Anaheim peppers and whatnot. But this year I decided to plant Swiss chard, red Russian kale, which, by the way, I've been harvesting lots of it. Usually I don't eat a lot of kale, but this year I've been harvesting lots of it, 3 to 4 pounds every week, because I have plenty of abundance of kale and Swiss chard planted all over the yard, and that I'm already feeling the difference as far as my health goes. I've been getting a lot of energy out of my smoothies and juices. I've been mixing it with orange juice, because I cannot tolerate the taste of kale, especially in juices. So it's all right. I'm just adding some 100% orange juice with it, and that pretty much kills some of the flavor that I don't like. I strongly recommend kale. Super delicious when you mix it with something good, of course, and it's highly nutritious. This raised bed that you see in front of you is going on 3 years. As you can see, I'm cheap. I've been using plywood to build my raised beds. They don't cost me very much, and I know they're not gonna last me very long, but if I can get 3 to 4 years out of them, I'll be very happy. This one's already going on 3 years, and I don't see any signs of this raised bed going anywhere anytime soon. I think I should be able to get 5 to 6 years out of it. I don't have any problem with it. And this one I have planted beets, lots of beets all over the place. At the beginning I was mistaking the leaves with red Swiss chard. Boy, I was wrong. But it's okay, because I've been using the leaves and the plants. They just keep producing more and more and more, and they're also highly nutritious. And I just barely discovered last week that they are not Swiss chard plants. They're actually beets. But nonetheless, they are super delicious and nutritious, so I don't mind them. More beets right here, more white Swiss chard. This one here is kale to the right. Very healthy plants all over the place. As you can see, I've been harvesting lots of Swiss chard. I've been juicing it, mixing it with all types of kale. As you can see, that's gonna be a big boy right there. I'm gonna be harvesting that one probably in about a week or so. In this same raised bed, I grew some radishes. I'm letting it grow a little bit more. I'm gonna be saving some seeds from it. And also right here, this is another this is what they call white radish, or icicle radishes. I'm also letting it grow for seed that I'll be saving for next year. The same raised bed, more beets, as you can see. This is the same raised bed where I grew my most of my tomatoes this year, and a lot of the tomatoes, of course, can grow them during the winter, but all of these plants right here, I'm really hoping to for them to overwinter, and I don't see why not. Most of them are cold hardy, and nothing happened to them last year, and I'm hoping to make them last all the way to April in 2019. I wanted to mention that, as I mentioned on previous videos, I like to practice the chop and drop method all over my house. In the old days, Angel from 5-6 years ago would dump all of that right there in the trash can, and it really hurt me to see people doing that. When they cut their grass, they just dump everything in trash cans, or when they chop all their dead plants, they just dispose them. They don't realize that is the future food for the plants. So this peach tree right here that you see in front of you, the peach and my plum tree growing together, they're gonna benefit from all these chop and drop plants that I drop at the bottom of the tree. This plant right here that is covered in plastic is actually an avocado tree that I propagated from seed. I did the same thing last year in the same very spot, and it made it all the way to January, but when April came around, it never came back. So this year I'm trying it again, and this time around I cover it with this plastic, this tarp, and hopefully I can make it overwinter all the way to summertime. Hopefully I can grow some avocados up here in the high desert. I don't really think that's gonna be possible, but I'm not gonna know for sure until I try. I have planted more plants around the tree right here, taking advantage of the space that I have. This right here is I think it's cauliflower that I started from seed on the other side of the raised bed. It got overcrowded, so I moved this one here along with all these plants right here, like an overflow. Same thing with this red Russian kale, and let's go to the other side of the yard. Okay, so again, chop and drop. Look at that. The base of this tree right here, that's where most of my tomato plants, peppers, all type of different plants, eggplants, a whole bunch of different flower plants, everything is resting at the bottom of this tree right here. And not only is going to be an insulation from the cold for the root ball, but it's also going to be next year nutrients for this tree right here. None of that's going to go to waste or to a trash can. I'm actually going to be picking up all these leaves, and I'm going to be adding more to that tree right there and to a couple more trees I have in the backyard on the other side. Alright, so this is my last raised bed. This bad boy right here has been here for as long as I've been in this house. It's going on 8 years. That is the very first raised bed that I started with back in 2011. This is where everything started right here. At the beginning, I did not know what I was doing. I was planting tomatoes in pure this dirt right here, the native soil. Believe it or not, this is where I was planting my tomatoes and all my vegetables. I would just kind of like mix the dirt, probably maybe add a little bit of compost from Lowe's or Home Depot, and that was it. And believe it or not, so I did get some tomatoes out of it, but that was me right there. That was about probably about 8 years ago. Now this is me right here. Look at the difference in color. This is rich soil right there. I've been building it year after year by letting the leaves and all sorts of different organic material decompose into the soil, and that right there is food for the earthworms. And then the earthworms provide all the castings, and I'm not doing really. Life has become a lot easier for me using the permaculture method, and trust me, it really works. Look at that lettuce right there. All I did is just dump a whole bunch of seed, and there you have it. Lots of romaine lettuce. These little plants that you see in front of you are the kohlrabi. This is the white Vienna type. The only problem with these plants is that because we are already almost in winter, this raised bed does not get any sunlight whatsoever. So I really hope I can see some kohlrabi out of this production, but they're growing super slow because of the lack of sunlight. Garlic right here, and I'm about to finish this video by showing you this is a new addition to the yard. I piled up a whole bunch of tires together, put some compost mixed with native soil, and this is it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and once again, just keep on growing, and if you have any comments, just drop them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.